Hello and welcome to Rewatch Party, where memes. I wrote that intro joke myself. I'm Zach Horowitz.
I'm Mark Green.
And I'm Harrison Bloom.
Guys, are you proud of me for coming up with that intro?
I love how that's the first joke you have tried to claim ownership of. Like the first intro joke you've tried to claim ownership. You've come up with better ones than that.
Well, no, Harrison, you have to understand, Zach was working on that joke for like 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Like, this is truly the pinnacle of me as a comedian. It doesn't get much better than this.
It's all downhill from here.
This is the peak.
I'm glad you say it doesn't get much better than memes, because, guys, this is the meme episode.
Oh, boy.
I know.
They topped themselves in the first 5 minutes with the Miranda Cosgrove meme. Like, literally, that was their only reason for making this episode. They just had the one Miranda Cosgrove meme to exploit.
This is a weird episode because pretty much the entire time, it feels like the writers were just like, yeah, this is how kids in the 2020s talk.
Yeah.
The decade.
I mean, I could definitely see a thought process of, look, we're a show about the internet being made in 2021. We got to talk about the internet in 2021, but really they're talking about the internet in like 2012.
No, then again, have we progressed past then? Have we really?
That's true.
I mean, the platforms are different, but like, I don't know, replace iFunny with TikTok and you basically have the same universe. I don't know.
That's a good point. But anyway, this feels, if not out of touch, just very, out of touch.
No,
very
it's out of touch. It is out of touch.
Yeah.
The whole time I just wanted someone to say, okay, boomer, but they never did. So I was very disappointed about that.
They should have had Millicent say it to Spencer.
Yeah, literally, that is what they needed.
I feel like, though, they would have Millicent say it to, like, Freddie or Carly.
Probably, yeah.
So maybe Carly could have said it to
maybe then she would have. Oh, God. I was going to say maybe then she'd be an endearing character, but it's like, I don't know if I would like it if they made an okay boomer joke in this show.
I don't think I would.
Oh, just me? Damn. Me, I guess I'm the lowest common denominator. Anyway. Where were we?
We start in Spencer's apartment where he's hyping himself up for the speech, to give the speech at the opening of his new gallery show exhibition. But guys, nobody's listening because they're too into these funny memes.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, the funny memes.
They make a dumb joke about how a squirrel account is complaining that another squirrel account's nail polish is problematic.
And that the squirrel is an anti-vaxxer.
That was the follow-up joke that I think was better. Later they bring up that joke, and that's funny. But like,
oh no, nail polish squirrel got milkshake ducked.
No.
I hate that that's a sentence that I said and makes sense in my head.
Well, do you want to explain what the milkshake duck thing is? Yeah,
in case you don't know, it's a joke. It's a tweet where someone about like nothing is sacred on the internet, where like there's a duck drinking a milkshake that goes viral, and then whoop, turns out milkshake duck was racist.
Okay.
And so now whenever something like that happens, Mark says they get milkshake ducked.
They get milkshake ducked.
Yeah.
Remember, Shrimp Dad got milkshake ducked. We have to stop talking like this. I know I'm doing most of it, but we have to. I will go crazy. I will go insane. My mind will drift away from me.
We will be a bumbling mess by the end of this if 90% of our speech is just memes. But
that's like 90% of this episode. This episode's a bumbling mess.
I know. So we're already going to be in a bad way by the end of this.
Yeah, if you're coming here expecting an episode with structure and actually well thought out criticism and jokes, you've come to the wrong place.
No, we just have memes today.
Just memes for this episode. Like, just skip this. Go to the next one. I like watch this episode, please. but like
Yeah,
also watch the other ones if
every
you want
play
to.
we can get.
Yeah. Please, we need that viewer retention.
But anyway, so they're eating leftovers while Spencer gives his speech, and Carly eats a bad meatball as Spencer is presenting his sculpture, which causes her to turn around and spit the meatball out. Which
His sculpture,
Harper,
by the way, titled "Soliloquies in Time."
which isn't a bad sculpture.
It's not a bad title. Remember when Spencer's sculptures were like, it's a bunch of hammers glued to a wheel?
Remember when? Yeah,
I call it a fan of hammers. It's because I saw a guy on HGTV say, I'm a fan of hammers. So I made a fan made of hammers. And now he's like, this is Soliloquies in Time. It's a commentary.
Yeah, we went
on
from
our
fan of
modern
hammers
society.
and a Christmas tree with a bunch of noses on it called Merry Sniffmas to Soliloquies in Time.
That's the thing. In the original show, it's like Spencer is making a robot made out of bottles. And someone's like, why? And he's like, I don't know. It's a robot made out of bottles. Why not? And here it's Soliloquies in Time, a commentary on the state of the world.
He's really grown.
Yeah, he's really grown as an artist, maybe not as a person.
Yeah, not at all as a person. But
Well, I feel like it really was kickstarted by his marshmallow sculpture of the White House that caught on fire. And melted. And you're like, oh, this is so deep. And he's like, wait, what if I did this like all the time?
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. I made a house made of marshmallows. Why? I don't know. It's made of marshmallows. I like marshmallows. It catches on fire, gets pressed for being a statement. And he's like, well, I gotta keep going with this.
Yeah.
What's
I have
my
to be a
next
serious
thing?
artist now.
It catches on fire because everything Spencer does catches on fire.
It's kind of sad when you think about it. It's like Spencer can't make the joyous art that's in his soul anymore because he's been confined by the thing that made him successful.
That is sad. He does have a moment in this episode where he says, I have been reborn. So maybe part of his character arc is rediscovering the artist in him.
That's true. Anyway, you were saying Carly coughs up a meatball?
Yeah, she coughs up a meatball as Harper is taking a picture of the sculpture, and it looks like a meme basically. Like like it almost looks like it's almost structured the same way as the new girlfriend versus old girlfriend meme. Like with the boyfriend looking over the shoulder. Like just imagine that kind of meme. That's what it is. And so they start tagging it, and it spreads online.
It's also like very weird because it feels like it's very much like early 2010 style memes and not like the absolute absurdist stuff that is memes today. Like, have you seen the video of the guy who was like memes 10 years ago versus memes today? And the old one was like a picture of a salamander. It's like, ask for a water cup and fill it with soda. And then it's like cartoon of a salamander. And then the memes today is just like, oh, you want to know how to make a fresh meme? Take this dark, oversaturated hallway, fill it with shadow demons, and put in some text like me and the boys at 3 a.m. looking for beans. That's the kind of humor that I was expecting.
I do still see like picture and text memes.
Yeah.
Like there was that meme of like Zendaya and Tom Holland. That was the same thing. There are many of those memes. They get weirder more quickly.
When Green Book on HBO.
Yeah.
Green Book on HBO.
Exactly.
There's Daisy Ridley with the poster, Zendaya and Tom Holland, Carly with her brother. It's all the same stuff.
And here's the thing. I think the thing that has changed the most, there are much weirder memes now. But I think it's that memes get weirder more quickly.
Yeah.
Before you'd have like 5 solid years of people doing captions on a cartoon salamander. Now you'd have like 2 hours of people doing captions on a cartoon salamander. And then suddenly you're like photoshopping the salamander into like a screen cap of Dune. Right?
Yes. It's Dune, but every time they say the word spice, like a montage of salamanders shows up on screen.
Yeah, or if like the
Dune,
meme,
but every time they say spice, it gets faster.
Oh God. Memes are weird, people. I love this world.
like that's
I
the
love it.
thing.
I love it. I love weird memes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rather than like 5 years of one format, we'd get 2 hours of one format, then 3 days of deconstructions of that format, and then it would be dead forever.
And then there's NFTs, and then it dies actually kills someone's soul.
Oh no, the nail polish squirrel is selling NFTs.
No, I could take his anti-vaccination stance. But NFTs is a bridge
where you draw the line.
Hey. He's not against vaccines. He's only against vaccine mandates. He believes in free speech. Anyway.
He's pro-choice.
Oh, that's pro-choice. You know what the implication of that is. You know that they're just saying that. That means something else.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, the only other thing that I want to bring up in this scene is Harper mentions TED Talks and says that Ted is a family friend.
What the fuck does that mean? That was a bad joke.
Yeah, what the fuck does that mean, Harper?
Yeah. I am struggling to get a handle on Harper.
Yeah.
She knows the TED of TED Talks?
Yeah.
Is there a TED?
No, I'm pretty sure TED is just an acronym.
Oh, that's right. It is an acronym. Yeah. It's, yeah, I remember that now. But anyway.
The TED.
But guys, we go to the next scene, and guys, Carly's meatball meme is #1 on iMemeDB.
iMemeDB?
Yeah, I want that service. Like, IMDb, get on that.
Yeah. Harrison, I was going to say, you say it, because I don't like saying it, and I need all of you to say it as well. Zach already did.
iMemeDB.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's all over iMemeDB.
It's all over iMemeDB. Carly goes to her computer to take a look at it and does the Miranda Cosgrove interesting meme.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
She does it. She did it.
Yeah.
3 episodes in, she got it over with.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's a good point. It would really suck. It's bad to do it in the first episode because you'd see it and you'd be like, fuck this show. I'm not watching any more of this.
Yeah.
It's bad to do it like 20 episodes down the line when it's like, oh, fuck, we're still doing this.
Right.
But here it's like, okay, you got it out of the way.
It's like the sweet spot.
It's the perfect time to do it. Just acknowledge it. Let it breathe. You can even have a new meme where you compare the old to the new. I don't know.
But yeah, Freddie is immediately like, oh, we have to use this to drive traffic to iCarly. Carly isn't sure if she wants to do that, but Harper is also like, you can make merch. I can make merch.
We can make money off of this. We can make money off of our meme.
Yeah.
But we gotta do it now because you don't want to end up like the baby who sold Pop Rocks. You don't want to end up like Pop Rocks, baby.
God.
Hey, you want to buy some Pop Rocks? I'm a baby.
Pop Rocks baby fell down a hole, became an alcoholic, and now is selling NFTs. So
I like how NFTs is still like the bottom of it. Later on, they make a joke about Pop Rock's baby is in rehab, and you're like, well, rehab is one thing. No judgment on rehab. It's a good, if you need to go to rehab, go to rehab.
Yeah.
I just like, it's like, I've hit rock bottom. I've gone to rehab. I can go further. NFTs.
You could be like Soulja Boy and start just making bootleg video game consoles.
Let's be real. If Spencer started selling NFTs, that would actually be like a sad development for the character.
Oh, yeah. Would you buy a Fan of Hammers NFT?
NFTs are terrible. I hate them. I just think it's so funny how just in this conversation we're like, obviously the worst thing in the world you could ever do is sell an NFT.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's not the worst thing you could do, just the most pathetic.
There's being anti-vaccination and they're selling NFT.
Look, I mean, say what you will about Joseph Stalin, but at least he didn't sell NFTs.
That's true. Oh, Zach, you're so right. I should have known. You're such a student of history.
That's true. He didn't.
Say what you will, but he wasn't a complete monster.
I do want to say I liked Harper getting really into the merch. That's her plot for this episode. I think it really works. Her being like a money monster.
Yeah.
Like George Clooney film Money Monster.
Let's be real here. Harper would be the first one of the cast to sell NFTs.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it's giving her a character trait, and I was like, okay, I can see if you stick with like, I like money, I like shady business practices, I could see Harper becoming like a Bender figure.
Ooh.
I just feel like we need we need to hammer down who Harper is, because there's a lot of like Harper's very like big energy. They've played a little she has a lot of sex.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm struggling to like figure out who Harper really is.
She's a player. She is obsessed with money, really high energy. Is she the new Barney Stinson of this show?
I think I like the Bender comparison more, but
I could see it being a Bender. But I think like Barney Stinson is a character who like right out of the gate, you know who this guy is.
Yeah.
And that's part of why he becomes a breakout character, and it's the performance, and it's by Neil Patrick Harris as well. He really does a good job of like, you know who this guy is. And I just feel like I don't have a handle on Harper yet, which is not absurd for a TV show to not like have everything exactly in place in 3 episodes. But I just wanted to say I liked the money thing, because I'm like, oh, this could be the beginning of something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like that she's handling the business side of iCarly in that sense. Yeah. It kind of gives her a place in the team.
But I like that it's only doing like the low budget silk screening t-shirt side of the business. It's not like finding sponsorships or like handling the website. It's literally just like, I know a guy who makes t-shirts and he can make us like 200 t-shirts right now.
Carly asks if I like this bit. Carly asks if they can get keychains, and Harper says that her Keychain Guy is ghosting her. She has a Keychain Guy.
Yeah, he's gone off the grid or off the chain.
Wait, guys, don't you...
that doesn't work. No, don't laugh, Harrison. That doesn't work.
Don't you hate it when your Keychain Guy ghosts you?
Oh, I've gone through like 7 different Keychain Guys because the other 6 just kept ghosting me. And it's like, I can't handle this anymore. Yeah.
It's like, Hector, can't you just return my calls? I need so many keychains.
Yeah, what the fuck, Hector?
And then when you find a Keychain Guy who won't ghost you, suddenly he gets really clingy and like really starts pushing those keychains.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's it's like everybody knows there are 2 kinds of Keychain Guys.
Oh gosh.
They're the ones who that'll ghost you
and the ones that can't go away.
Oh, no. Anyway, Millicent still really hates Carly for some reason.
They
and now she's trying to cancel her.
She's going through her old social media accounts trying to cancel her. It sucks. Millicent is a really hateful person, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's not
like
funny.
Her Aunt Carly. Why is she so spiteful towards this kind woman who's been nothing but a friend to her? I don't know.
I'll say it right now. I do not like this child.
I don't like this child either.
I do not like this child.
It's a bad child.
It's a bad child.
Yeah.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as well as bad baby, but it's
also a baby
child.
Can't be bad. Like
I'm sorry. Have you seen some of the actors on other?
Don't even don't even get Mark started on this. We'll do like a whole episode on baby actors at this point.
I'm just saying I've seen good babies and I've seen some bad babies. Yeah, and if it was funny, I'd be able to take it, but it's just not funny, Millicent.
Yeah.
They make a joke about the pandemic.
Yep. The first of many in this episode. Well, at least actually not that many, but they make a few here. They're fine.
There's a
this
joke.
Is so fun and quirky.
There's a joke where Millicent says like, you spitting a meatball could become very offensive. What if there's a pandemic and we can't like spit things and everything? And Freddie says, Millicent, don't talk about things that will never happen.
And then they stare into the camera for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I felt like that joke was in bad taste.
Pretty bad taste.
I'm fine with you not showing the pandemic. In fact, in many cases, I prefer it. But to be like a global pandemic, that would never happen when like a lot of people have died.
Yep.
A lot of people, yeah.
But anyway, it's all saved because Millicent does the interesting meme herself. We got it twice in this episode.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Much like a meme, the joke got repeated multiple times.
Ah.
And it was just as funny the second time as it was the first time.
Yep. This episode is really smart.
Yeah. It's so smart.
We must come across so mean right now. We're sharing this episode.
I feel like I'm being very negative this episode, and I don't want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's trying to get on our nerves, but anyway.
That's true. This episode is antagonizing me specifically.
Yeah. Well, all of us collectively.
Yeah. Anyway, Spencer is upset because Carly's meme has taken his dignity. Everyone's just doing memes instead of talking about his art.
I don't understand, though. The one thing he says is like a post. The one example he gives is a post where someone actually compliments it. Like, it's in a joking tone, but like the compliment is good. I don't understand. That's actually showing that the publicity is good for his art. But
well, okay. Well, the thing was like, okay, don't like. I might be weird for saying this, but like the art in the background is like kind of good, maybe.
And I think that wasn't Spencer talking about that. That was Carly saying, no, people are talking about the art. So,
yeah.
And she could find one example.
Right, yeah, but she shows Spencer one example, and it's like, all right, I might be like weird for saying this, but the art in the background of the meatball meme is like maybe kind of good. I don't know. Yeah,
but that's the exact tone I hear when I read like Twitter
on Twitter
posts, like Twitter posts giving like absolute S tier compliments of things like, "Yo, I might be weird, but Full House at low key better than Fuller House. Come at me, bro." That's the energy of that compliment. I don't know.
I will say though, I can see him being upset. I understand that the compliment is that it's a compliment and it's the only post we hear about. Although he reads out a bunch of different versions of the meme. I can understand him being upset that thousands of people are making memes of the photo and one person said a nice thing about his art.
Fair.
Yeah.
But Carly is like, the memes are helping my channel. I don't know what to tell you. And Spencer demands an apology. And Carly gives one of those, I'm sorry you feel that way apologies.
A faux apology.
It was not my intention to hurt anyone's feelings.
And if I did, I'm sorry that you felt that way.
I'm sorry that it was received in the way that it was.
I'm sorry that you're so sensitive.
Yep. Yeah. Spencer does refer to it as a faux apology. My next note, and I completely forget the context, is Carly says, it's like Harper always says, sometimes you gotta switch it up on a bitch.
I want that to be Harper's new catchphrase.
I'd love it. I'd love it if she just keeps saying
I want that to be her catchphrase.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Well, you know what they say. Sometimes you gotta switch it up on a bitch. Harper pulls out a knife.
I think the context is Carly is talking about like the cutthroat world of influencers. The new breed is coming in. Addison Rae is taking all her fans. Damn it, she's got to play hardball.
Here's the thing. It would be a very good catchphrase. What would your catchphrases be? Because I think mine would be something like, "There's no way I'm doing that," right? Right? And you really hit the I'm.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, wait. You're right. There's something that sometimes you got to switch it up on a bitch has that there's no way I'm doing that doesn't. So let me make one little alteration.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm doing that, bitch.
Yes, Mark.
And I'd say that all the time.
You know, I think well, Harrison, do you want to go first?
No, I'm still thinking of mine. Do you have yours in the
I think there's the thing about your catchphrase and Harper's catchphrase. They're a bit too, it's a bit too complicated. I gotta, go back to basics and just be a nice little bitch.
Ooh, that's it says so much by saying so little.
With so little, exactly.
Yeah. I think I'd be more like...
Sometimes less is more.
I want my catchphrase to be like something that makes you think, oh, Harrison, he's that guy. So I'm going to say, hey, bitch, where's all the root beer?
That's very good. Could I get one more read of it? Because I just need to hear it again.
Hey, bitch, where's all the root beer? And then a laugh track plays.
I think Harrison wins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tyler, can you add like an applause and a laugh track after that second one?
Yep. Harrison wins 100%.
Thank you.
Best catchphrase there has ever been. So good. Well,
now that we all have catchphrases. Yeah.
Spencer comes back and he's still upset, but Harper tells him, look, this is good for everybody. Your gallery gets attention. Carly's website gets attention. And I just found out that my Keychain Guy isn't ghosting me. He's just dead.
That might have been my favorite line in the entire series up to this point.
That was fantastic.
It's so good.
That made us cackle.
I'd like to make a correction to what we said earlier. There are 3 types of keychain guys. They're the ones that ghost you. They're the ones who just won't go away. And they're the ones who are dead.
Oh, God. A, ghosting. B, clingy. C, deceased.
Dead.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys,
What?
Maybe I should check in on Hector again.
Oh no! Is Hector dead?
No, Hector.
God, I have to send some emails.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Anyway, next scene. That's the best way. That's the best line I've heard.
It's the best line. It's one of my favorite lines in anything ever. It's also just because how casually she says it. It's like, yeah, and it turns out my keychain guy isn't ghosting me. He's just dead.
Like, it was really bothering her this whole week, but she finds out he's dead.
It's like, oh, now it makes sense. Like, he wouldn't ghost me because, like, why would he ghost me? Like, I'm so cool and all that. But, like, he's just dead. So, like, it's not like he was ghosting me. He's ghosting everyone because he's a ghost.
And it's like, there's the grief, whatever. But, like, I feel better about me.
Yes.
And you know what? Better about him. He didn't ghost me. He was a good guy. He just
he just died.
He just died.
I guess he just wasn't good at looking out for pianos that are falling.
That's how he died, a piano.
I was really hoping he'd have some like keychain related death, but nope, piano.
No, it's falling piano.
Well, wait. Pianos have keys.
Oh!
So maybe it wasn't a keychain related death. Maybe it wasn't a keychain related death, but maybe it was a key change related death.
That's amazing.
I love that. That's the CSI Miami line. It's like, this guy makes keychains. We'll talk about one hell of a key change.
Yeah. Bow.
Anyway, we cut over to Freddie and Millicent.
Yeah.
We find out that Freddie's mom has a Christian book club.
That takes up all the bandwidth. It's a very needy Christian book club.
Do you think they read Christian books, or do you think that they're just Christian and have a book club?
That's a good question.
I imagine they like trade off. Like, 1 week they'll be reading the Bible, and then the next week it's like 50 Shades of Grey.
I was thinking more like Girl Defined. Like, it was weird, like the weird Christian books.
Yeah, because it's not Bible study. It's Christian.
I was trying to think of a Christian book, and I couldn't think of one, so I went to the ultimate Christian book.
Yeah, but by the way, what is Bible study if not Christian book club?
I know, right? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Millicent has been going through Freddy's timeline, and she's upset because, you know, years ago he wrote, "I never, ever, ever want to have kids, ever." And she's traumatized by this.
Oh, yeah. She's sad about being an accident in Freddy's life.
Yeah. Or that at one point in his life, he didn't want children, but maybe at a different point, he decided he did want children.
Yeah, because he was probably like 17 when he wrote that. I don't know.
Yep. He offers to get she wants Red Lamb energy drinks.
Yeah, so they are bringing in new fake brands. And
new fake brands. We knew about Skybucks. We knew about Pear Phones. But I don't think they'd ever talked about Red Lamb energy drink.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think they ever have, no.
By the way, now contains real lamb.
Ooh.
I always thought it had a meat flavor to it.
It's very
like
meaty.
Which part of the lamb? That's the important part.
I think if I'm remembering it right, and I've only had red lamb like once in my life, they like take lamb meat, like thighs, and they blend it up with like a bunch of caffeine.
This is sounding disgusting. Anyway.
Wait, that didn't sound appetizing to you?
You don't want blended lamb juice?
I don't want
Does that not sound appealing to you?
Harrison, you know, there are some parts of the world where lamb juice is considered a delicacy.
Yeah, you just offended a good portion of the world's population.
Well, you know what? I'm sure there are some parts of the world that think peanut butter sounds disgusting, but I still love my peanut butter, and they can have their lamb juice.
You know what?
Wow, Harrison's really problematic.
I think we've learned a lot today about tolerance.
Yeah, what the fuck, Harrison? All the people with peanut allergies are gonna be coming after you right now.
Hey, I tolerate the lamb juice eating people as long as they tolerate my peanut butter eating.
What if they like lamb juice but also have a peanut allergy, Harrison? What about now?
Zach, I think you're missing it. I think Harrison has made strides. He's saying, "Oh, some people like chunks of lamb meat blended up with caffeine, and I like peanut butter. Maybe we're not so different after all."
Well, I think Harrison still needs to do better.
That's what a callback to the previous episode.
I'm done. This is it. This is it for me. This episode. I've come out and accomplished what I came here to do.
I'll just say it again. I think we've learned a lot today about tolerance and being kind to others who may have a different perspective than yours.
Yeah.
Anyway, Spencer is at the gallery and he runs into my new favorite character, Willow.
Yes.
A food Instagrammer / influencer who recognizes Spencer, but not for art, for memes.
Yeah.
For memes.
Because she takes pictures of food, so she's an influencer. Yeah.
Yep. She's an artist in her own right. She goes to take a picture with him and he drops his sculpture, cracking it. He breaks soliloquies in time. This is why you take notes, people.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Phantom Hammers?
Well, if I remember the original episode, Fan of Hammers broke almost immediately. Almost
all
killing
of his sculptures
Carly.
broke almost immediately. Most of them by fire.
Most of them catch fire.
Yeah.
Spencer is not good at maintaining a sculpture. Years later, they're going to be like, we're doing a Spencer Shea retrospective. And everything is just charred pieces of plastic or wood burnt to a crisp.
Do you think there's like one of those ads that has like a picture of Spencer on it and it just says the fire department hates him? How one local man started all of these fires in the Seattle area.
You joke. If I'm remembering correctly, there is an episode of iCarly, the original iCarly, where we find out the fire department does indeed hate Spencer, and he tries to volunteer with them to like regain their favor because they refuse to go to his apartment anymore because he has too many fires. So he decides to volunteer to help win their favor.
Oh my god.
and he ends up causing a fire in the fire station.
No!
Wonderful.
It's very good. But that's a story for another day, because also Spencer gets an incredible idea. He is reborn. He will salvage this gallery exhibition. Mark his words, Willow. He will.
Dun, dun, dun. What is his evil plan? Find out next time. Next
on Dragon Ball Z.
I know. You see, somehow the world will change for me. Musical
everywhere you look.
God.
Just like a completely different theme song.
Yeah.
Have we even mentioned Millicent's business idea?
Well, that comes up in this scene that we're coming to. That was what I was going to bring
Funny,
up.
you should mention that, Harrison. Yeah. Mark.
No, Harrison, we haven't mentioned that because it hasn't happened yet.
Tell them, Mark.
I thought she brought it up earlier. I was wrong.
No. They show Millicent. They're showing Millicent their new T-shirts, and she says, "Well, I had my own new business idea. It's gonna make me millions. I will be predicting whatever anyone can tell what's offensive now. I will be predicting what will be offensive in the future. I will be the offensive oracle."
Oh my
God. Dun, dun.
This is such a bad idea.
So here's the thing, Millicent.
And she comes up with a jingle and it's not good.
This all sounds like the new Nostradamus. Like if you just say a bunch of vague statements, it'll sound like you're a prophet.
Here's the thing, Millicent. I know what will be offensive in the future, like racism, sexism, like transphobia. That's all still going to be offensive a year from now. I just don't know what's going to happen a year from now.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're predicting what will be offensive. You have to predict the future.
Yeah.
Do you think that like she's going to say a lot of stuff that's going to be offensive in the future? To the point where she eventually gets exiled from the cast, and they wrote in the song like "We Don't Talk About Millicent." I really stretched for that one.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good business idea.
No,
not really. It's not.
Not unless you're That's So Raven.
I kind of like. I know I take the notes, so I feel like I often do like try to take charge of a lot of recap. I really want to give this episode over to Zach, so he just keeps bringing up other things unnaturally. I'm enjoying it so much.
Okay, so the next scene is a scene.
Are we even done with the scene? Wait.
They go.
No, we're not.
Damn it. Hey, I thought I was doing the recap now, Mark.
Yeah. Well, if you want to bring up like Tiny Toons or something,
okay, I'll keep it in mind.
Yeah, keep it in mind. Tiny Toons, maybe talk about like the Mary Tyler Moore Show or something. I don't know. Yeah. I'll leave it up to you.
It depends entirely on what you say. You know. Yeah.
Harper starts doing an Instagram live ad for their T-shirts, which causes Carly to go, "Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll live stream Spencer's gallery, bringing attention away from the memes and back to his art. It's perfect."
I see. It's
Brilliant.
Just like I Love Lucy.
You did it again.
I did it.
It's exactly like I Love Lucy somehow.
It's exactly like I Love Lucy in that it's a sitcom and people are like doing hijinks.
Yeah.
Yep. And they live stream it. They had that in the I Love Lucy days.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it was really bold of like Saturday Night Live to be like, we're live streaming all of our shows like back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that was really cool that they did that.
I guess when you think about it, live television is just live streaming.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also, to apologize to Millicent, Freddie got her a USA Bay doll.
That made me cringe so hard.
That is named Millicent, and that's why he got it from Millicent. He's like, "Oh, she even has your name, and she's from the London Victorian era. That's
British
not problematic
colonial
at all.
era.
The British colonial era."
Yeah. He's immediately like, I did not do research into this doll. I cannot give this to you.
So she has been traumatized again.
Yep. But Carly really likes it.
Yeah, that was a really weird button.
I kind of like it. Carly says, oh, I always wanted to have one of these. And then she hugs it very close to herself and goes, and now I do. And I kind of like it as a joke. I like when people are like weird or creepy, but weird and creepy.
Yeah.
I gotta say, it's still very weird to me. Like, what was the company's strategy behind making this doll? Like,
well,
that's a good question.
It is the American Girl doll thing of like, don't you want a doll that had scarlet fever? Like, that's a real thing that is kind of weird. And then people take them to the store and like dine with them as if they're real people. It's a weird thing, but then again, like, I'm a boy. I didn't grow up with an American Girl doll, so maybe I just don't get it. I don't know if I would want a doll that's like, I have typhoid. I'm Typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary.
Just a doll that's like, I have polio, and it's just a doll in a wheelchair.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh, I hate myself for making that joke.
How many horrible diseases can we give to dolls?
We can give them economic disparity. I remember back when we were kids, I saw an American Girl movie. Like, they made a movie based on an American Girl doll, and the entire conflict is that her dad loses his job in the Great Depression. And she has...
Hey kids, this is Anna. She had to hide from the Nazis.
Oh god.
I know these are all like, I don't know specifically that these are real American Girl dolls, but like, I know they like do those things.
Hey kids, this is Sophia. There's nothing wrong with her. She just lives in Iowa.
No.
I legitimately thought you were going to say, hey kids, this is Sophia. She's in a Russian gulag because she criticized Joseph Stalin's stance on NFTs.
Yes, American Girl, get on that.
American Girl doll in the gulag. Oh no.
Oh gosh. I guess she wouldn't be an American Girl doll then, right?
No, she would not.
I thought you had this big idea, and I went the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, I really liked your joke as well. I really liked that as well. I just also wanted to get my thing about a doll in the
gulag. Oh, that's pretty great.
She just didn't understand the ape smoking. She just didn't understand it. To the moon? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Like astronauts?
God.
Anyway, we go to Spencer's gallery, which we find out is now about Carly, memes, and influencers.
Yeah, it's all very negative.
It's just a real take on internet culture.
He's just showing mean tweets. He has a like button that says mean things. He has a bunch of lattes that have art that say, is this art?
Well, hold on. The like button, when you press it, goes like. Does this fill a hole in your empty heart or something like that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's very existential.
Unlike most of Spencer's work, which is actually kind of like neat from a modern art perspective, he very much takes the route here of like following in the footsteps of the fountain sculpture. Like, is this art? And it's just kind of annoying.
It's very uninspired and very not really doing so much.
It literally is an okay boomer gallery. Like, if a guy it's just a gallery of okay boomer jokes. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Carly meets Willow, who's looking at Spencer's sculpture of it's a single Pringle. Single Pringle. She's offended by it because a single Pringle isn't art, but two Pringles made to look like a duck's beak, that's art.
Willow's great.
Willow's really great. There's at one point like Carly asks her to like help expose Spencer's gallery or whatever, and she says like, can you say this thing? And Willow says like, yeah, I'm very charismatic.
That was so good.
in like a very monotone voice.
Yep.
That's how I feel every time someone says that they're a quote-unquote empath. I'm just like, okay.
Me, an empath, sensing that Harrison might not like empaths.
Ooh, you could tell. You could tell.
I'm an empath. I could tell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Willow, I mean, Willow's a bit of a dummy, but also just like vibing and just love a dummy.
Yeah.
Oh,
very
yeah.
good. Very good.
Willow is great.
Love Willow. I don't think she becomes a recurring character, but I really wanted her to be a recurring character. This show needs a Phoebe, and I think Willow is that Phoebe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
She's the Phoebe.
She's the Phoebe. Spencer has made also some really mean sculptures about Carly specifically.
Yeah.
I know, that's really mean.
Now that I think about it, Mark, and I was saying the show needs a Phoebe. This show is like all the female characters in the show are Rachel, and all the male characters in the show are Chandler.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
Carly is maybe a little bit of a Monica.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Bit of a Monica. Yeah.
Ooh, Spencer and Freddie are like somewhere between Chandler and Ross.
Yeah. Well, I think Freddie is a Ross.
Oh yeah, Freddie's a Ross.
I think Spencer's somewhere between Chandler and Joey.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the episode.
These are my takes. These are our friends' takes. Sorry. Carly argues with Spencer about how her content still has value. And yeah, maybe the likes do make me feel good, but that's only because scientific studies have shown that they release dopamine.
That explains it.
Yep.
Freddie has bought Millicent a new keyboard to apologize. I also made a note. I really like Freddie says, wait, so this gallery is just like making fun of things on the internet? Where's the place where they make fun of JavaScript? I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
But he gives Millicent the keyboard, and immediately on the big wall of tweets, a tweet from not Millicent123 saying, parents are so easy to manipulate. Just got a new keyboard pops up.
Yeah. So the jig is up.
I like that as a way to reveal the
jig. But how could we know that that's the real Millicent? Yeah. How would we? It says not Millicent. Yeah. No one would ever lie on the internet.
It's not Millicent123. Like, presumably there are 122 other not Millicents.
presumably there are at least 122 other people not named Millicent.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right. Like, who would ever lie on the internet?
Exactly. Then we just stare at the camera for 5 minutes.
But Freddie says to her, like, wait, so you were never starting a business? You were never traumatized or outraged? And she says, like, no, I just wanted free stuff. And he takes away the keyboard. She apologizes to him. He decides to give it back to her. And she goes, you are so easy. That scene is maybe my favorite scene with Millicent so far. I kind of like the reveal with the tweets on the wall.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, setup payoff sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, people come to protest Spencer's gallery because it's hateful. The gamers and the baristas have
gamers rise up.
Gamers rise up. They've risen.
The gamers have finally risen. It's pandemonium.
Willow comes back and now she has a bullhorn. I love it for her.
Mm-hmm. We love that for Willow, our favorite character, Willow.
Yep. This is also, it's really indicative of how outrage on the internet works, which is that people go to a place in person to voice their opinions.
Yep.
Yeah, in no universe.
Isn't like the actual thing that would happen is just suddenly Spencer's wall of angry tweets would be all angry tweets about his gallery, which is maybe a better art piece than just displaying angry tweets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool, but no.
But anyway, Spencer won't apologize. He says, like, I didn't mean, I just meant to spite my sister, not all of you people. And Carly says, like, just apologize. Look, it's okay to apologize for something, even if you didn't really mean to do it. And she's like, oh, I should have apologized for putting the attention on memes rather than on Spencer's art. And so she apologizes.
Not considering his feelings.
Yep. And for not considering his feelings. Yep. So she apologizes, and then Spencer apologizes, and it's all fixed. And the people
and the angry mob is still angry.
They're still angry. So Harper goes, "Look over there. Someone's saying mean things on the internet about a TV show you watched as a child."
Get it?
And Willow's like, "What? Let's get them." And then she leads the angry mob away.
Yep.
Again, I really love that for Willow.
I really wanted the end of the mob plotline for them to like apologize for each other, and then for everybody to go, "Wow, what a great piece of performance art. What a brilliant artist you are, Spencer."
That would be funny.
The thing of whenever anything happens on stage in anything and everything goes wrong, everyone's like, "It's part of the show."
That would have been funny, and I honestly didn't like the Harper thing. I thought it was kind of weak. I thought they had a chance to actually say something and continue the theme, but no, it's just, look.
It's commentary. They'll find something different to be mad at within a day.
Yeah, I'm not so like angry that they didn't take a chance to say something, because I don't know if that was like a make or break moment. I just don't think it's that funny of a joke.
Yeah, I mean that's the most important part. I just didn't think it was that funny.
No, yeah.
I think I like it a little bit better than you guys, but I agree it could have been a little bit better. And then I think, do we just have the button of this episode?
Yeah, it's the last scene. They all start singing Millicent's song, and then Millicent pops in to finish it, and that's the last scene. This show has not historically had great tags at the end.
Yeah, there's not really a good button at the end. Like what we have, our good button at the end. Sad boy of the week. Aha.
Ha-ha.
Sad boy of the week.
Okay, I feel like I gotta nominate Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer. I don't want the noms to get too stale, but I feel like there's maybe also a case for Freddie.
Yeah.
Do we want to put in Willow?
Could put in
Willow. She's
Willow.
Not sad.
I don't know if she's...
well, actually, there is one part where she says, she has one great line where Carly says that, like, how Spencer hates influencers or something, and then Willow says, "Yeah, I have that effect on people." That was really sad. You know, so we can nominate Willow. Yeah.
I don't think we need anybody. I
don't think there's anyone else that like really sticks out to me. Harper did lose her Keychain Guy, but she seemed pretty happy about it because he wasn't ghosted.
Is the Keychain Guy a nominee?
Yeah, Keychain Guy is a nominee.
His case is that he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. There's nothing sadder than being dead.
What a loser.
So, yeah. Get on our level, Keychain Guy.
Get on our level, Keychain Guy.
Yeah.
I think my vote goes to Spencer.
I think I also need to vote for Spencer just because of his entire arc this episode.
He's just really petty, and he's having such a bad time the entire time.
Yeah, I think we got.
He becomes the subject of a meme where everybody is dunking on him. The nicest thing that Curly can find about him in like all the comments is like, the art is maybe kind of good. I don't know if that makes me weird or not.
Yeah, I think Spencer's a solid choice for this. This is our first sweep.
I like when he is reading out all the memes he's seeing, and he's like replicating the photo. He's posing like the photo. And then again, he's very petty, and then an angry mob comes for him.
Yep.
I do also just want to say I like Freddie being manipulated by a child, getting possibly a racist doll, being just completely manipulated, and also the fact that he really loves JavaScript. But I think I'll give it to Spencer this episode. I'm throwing it. Spencer.
All right. I think Spencer wins. But that's going to conclude another episode of Rewatch Party. If you like what you just listened to, make sure to give us a like, a comment, a review, a rate, all that fun podcast stuff. And make sure to follow us on our socials. You can like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Rewatch Party Pod. Once again, I'm Zach Horowitz.
I'm Mark Green.
I'm Harrison Bloom.
And until next time, keep rewatching. And next time, maybe throw out your leftovers.